When you're on a quest to find the real, you'll discover that though many may claim to want the same thing, very few are willing to travel the road needed to find it, because when you choose to travel this road, it's so dark and lonely. Though there is beauty in solitude, it does come at a price.
It is 3 o'clock in the morning, and I am surprisingly not tired. But it is time to go to the Rainbow Mountains. This early wake-up time is going to be worth it.
This was the course I was set to take when I decided to go hike up Rainbow Mountain. I thought that my victory came in my decision to be different, but a decision and an experience are very distinct. Expectations will always be trumped by experiences, no matter how much you prepare. But for this hike, I was very prepared. I confidently jumped headfirst into this hike, expecting to blow everyone's mind with how fast I would get up this mountain. But as the time moved forward, my expectations were shattered. Suddenly, all the confidence I had in the beginning drifted away as people passed by me, and I sat down, struggling to breathe. I questioned myself. I wondered, can I really make it up this mountain? In the snap of a finger, I created the narrative that I wasn't cut out for the road less traveled. But I quickly realized that the past is what was weighing me down. So I told myself, it's time to shed all of these things that are weighing on you. So, to the bathroom I went. I thought to myself, the past is gone, I've shed it all, and I should be a whole new person. But even with the past resting in a toilet somewhere, I still didn't seem to be moving any faster. What the freak? When things aren't going as planned, the struggle of staying on the right path in the face of temptation, that's real, man. I watched as people passed by me on foot and horses, smiling as I clearly struggled to take just one step. I thought to myself, maybe I should just take a horse. Clearly I'm not prepared for this. You know, life has a funny way of kicking me while I'm down, because as I continued walking, the horses kept passing by me, and they would fart in my face as I was trying to climb up this mountain, yo. People on those horses were free of the struggles I was going through, and I just wanted the pain to be over with.
Yeah, I've come a long way. Almost there.
But as my legs kept churning, I met someone else on my journey. Someone who was at the same spot as me. And as we spoke, she pointed something out to me, that we're all here for the same thing. And even though I was moving slower than others, I was still moving. She was like a guardian angel meant to be with me just for a moment, to push me just a little bit further, because it wasn't long before I was alone yet again. And then I looked up and I saw it. My goal to get to the top of this mountain was going to be my toughest challenge yet. The climb was the steepest I had done so far, and this time it was me against me. There was no external adversity to fight against anymore. No horses, no people, just me and my own determination. And when I had to fight against myself, I struggled the most with contentment. I stared down that mountain thinking, I've made it far enough. But I quickly realized that I wanted to quit. And then I said, there's no way I'm stopping here, yo. And in a last heave of energy, I picked my knees up and I ran to the top. Suddenly, as I hunched over on the ground in front of me, I heard, "You made it!" My resentment melted away as I looked at the people who I thought had left me, but they were waiting for me at the top, smiling back at me. They were impressed that I walked up this whole mountain by myself. I never quit after 3 whole hours. Finally, I achieved my goal. Wait a minute. When I reached my goal, I saw something I did not expect to see, that I hadn't reached the full potential of this mountain yet. I could have chose to stay where I was at, but in my heart, I knew I wasn't getting all that I could. Despite my exhaustion and how steep the ascent was, I knew that nothing could stop me from seeing all that God had for me. So one step at a time, I climbed up the mountain to get my full prize. When I reached the top, I was so proud of myself for not accepting what I thought I deserved and fighting just a little bit harder to get everything that was meant for me. As I headed back down the mountain, I saw a Swedish guy who walked up the mountain as well. I told him how long it took me to get up here and how frustrated I was trying to climb. But then he asked me, "But don't you feel accomplished, my friend?" When he said that, I looked down at the people climbing up and I smiled and I said, "Yeah, I do." I had unlocked the strength in myself to fight past adversity and climb up a mountain that was 16,500 feet above sea level. I may not have gotten there as fast as I wanted, but I got there. As we walked back down the mountain, we recognized something. We had been so focused on climbing that we never got a chance to look at the beauty of this mountain. And as we looked down at the people fighting to climb up, we appreciated the struggle that it took to get to the top. Adulting is a process. The reality is that some people will get to a destination quicker than you. But if we can stay focused on ourselves and keep progressing, we'll realize that we got to our destination at the moment we were supposed to get there. The road less traveled does not abide by our rules of time. That's hard to accept. But when you adapt to this way of thinking, you'll realize that your time, and most importantly, your potential, is limitless.